It'll be game 2 of the battle series for OU softball coming up Wednesday night at 6:30. You can find that on SEC Network Plus if you're not going to be at Love's Field on Wednesday night. SEC Network Plus, essentially the same place you go on ESPN Plus to find all of the games. So I have some things that I'm looking forward to and some things that I want to see on Wednesday night. Of course, last week I think that there was a lot of good, and that was a very good starting point for the battle series thus far. But I've got a few things in particular, and always you guys drop in the comments a player you're most looking forward to see or just different things that you're looking forward to seeing. And in terms for me, like I want to start with Kirsten Deal in the circle. Now, Kirsten Deal wasn't bad in the circle last Wednesday in game 1, but I'd like to see Kirsten Deal be a little bit sharper coming out on Wednesday night. I know she can pitch. You know she can pitch. Like Kirsten Deal has proven at this level that she's a very good pitcher. But the thing for her this year is she's got to go from being a number 2 or a number 3 to being that legit ace, being that number 1 starter. I think that opportunity is there for her. So that's what I want to see on Wednesday night. Maybe not as sharp as you would like her to be last week. Wasn't bad. Kirsten Deal wasn't bad. But you'd just like to see her a little bit sharper. So I'm hoping that she gets the start. I'm hoping that she's in the circle in the first inning. I don't know if that's going to be the case. This is a fall series. Patty Gasso wants to give different pitchers different opportunities. But I do hope Kirsten Deal is in the circle early in the game, and I really want to see her come out and be sharp and have command and strike hitters out and not let up first-inning runs like she did last week. So maybe this kind of more of anything, just because I have such high expectations for Kirsten Deal this year, I really want her to go out and show us that, hey, it's just the fall. This game doesn't count towards the regular season standings in the SEC or the overall record. But I'm going to show everyone early on in the fall that I'm ready to be this team's ace, that I look like the best pitcher throughout the fall. Maybe didn't accomplish that last week. Clearly still think that she's very good, still very capable. You can't take away all of the OU experience that she has coming back this year. But let me see it from KD tomorrow night. Really want to see her start to get going in the fall. And I think a big step for that would be to get going tomorrow night at 6:30. Cleaner on defense is probably the second thing that I'm looking at. I think Nelly McEnroe-Morenas was really good defensively, made a great play on Wednesday night. You had a ball out in right field. I think 2 plays out in right field. You had Cheney Hilton throw out a runner at third. You had Tia Malloy throw out a runner at home. Just some really good overall defensive plays. But they can stand to be a little bit cleaner on some of the more routine plays. Made some great plays, and I love that as a starting point, that they're already making the elite plays that you need to win at a high level and win a national championship. But the routine plays are just as important as making the elite plays. I would even say more important to that. So though they did a lot of really good things defensively, and they weren't bad defensively by any means, that's just kind of the progression of the fall, getting a little bit comfortable for players who didn't play a lot last year, for true freshmen who are new to the program, transfer portal players who are new to the program. That's just kind of this process throughout the fall, getting a little bit more comfortable. So making the routine plays tomorrow night. I love to see more incredible plays. We saw a play last year that was made in the Battle Series that was top 10 on SportsCenter. But the routine plays are what I'm going to be looking for tomorrow. Hard hit ball to short, hard hit ball to second, hard hit ball to third, fly balls that can be caught in the gap. Let those be outs. Let those be easy outs for this defense. And I think that we're going to feel even better about what this team can bring to the table defensively, because I still feel very good, and I haven't been proven otherwise to believe that this defense is not going to be very good this year. But let's continue to show it. Let's continue to be consistent throughout the fall. And though no tomorrow isn't necessarily indicative of what's going to happen during the season, you like to see this team just maybe clean it up a little bit. I'm sure Patty harped on that throughout the last week of practice. But I think they'll be just fine on the defensive side. They've already shown a very, very, very nice ability, like I said, to make the elite plays. Third for me is the freshmen look great again. I thought the freshmen looked fantastic. They looked like they belong. They didn't look like they were nervous or scared of the moment with the crowd that they had and just being in your first OU game technically in the fall. I mean, they look like they belong. They look comfortable, which I think is a huge, huge thing, especially for a freshman class that I think is really going to have to contribute this year. So let's see the freshmen look great again. Katie Lee McKay, I thought, had a great approach to the plate last Wednesday night. Let's see that again when she's at the plate with runners in scoring position. Tia Malloy, kind of the same thing for her offensively and defensively as well. Gabby Garcia was one of the absolute stars in game one of the battle series. I know a lot of you are very, very excited about Gabby Garcia and already told you to drop in the comments what you're looking forward to seeing. And it's like I can already hear the comments saying, Gabby Garcia, want to see more of Gabby Garcia. And I'm with you. I want to see Gabby Garcia as well. And let's see some of that high-level play that she can give you both at the plate and defensively as well. There's just so much to be excited about when it comes to these freshmen. Let's see if Corey Hicks is back in the lineup again, or back in the lineup the first time, I should say, on Wednesday night. But the freshmen look great again because they're going to be such a big part of this. You'd like them to be as comfortable as possible. They already look like they're very comfortable, but you'd like to have them get as much confidence as possible before we even get to 2025. And I think how they performed collectively as a class is a pretty good starting point to feeling very, very confident going into the season, but just more of that, more of the same, and just to clean a couple of things up, be maybe a little bit more consistent at the plate. But all in all, I just like I was last week, I'm looking forward to see more of this freshman class because they showed us that, hey, they came in with a lot of hype, they came with a lot of expectations, and our first sight of these players in an OU uniform did not disappoint whatsoever because you can see the high-level play that they already have as a freshman class. Be aggressive on the bases once again. I think that this is going to be a team that's very fast. That was in the comments last week. I like the athleticism of this team. I think they're going to steal a lot of bases. I think they're going to do a good job of going first to third. I think that they're just going to be overall very aggressive offensively. I agree. So let's see it in the fall. Let's not wait until we get to the season. And I thought that there were definitely times where they were aggressive last Wednesday. So, yeah, they've got speed. They've got speed all over the field. They got speed with Maya Bland. They got speed with Abby Dayton. They got speed with Agbayani. They got speed kind of all over the lineup here. So let's see this team be aggressive because if they're aggressive on the base paths, that is only going to help out this team defensively. It keeps you on your toes. It gets opportunities for the catcher. It gets opportunities for the shortstop, second base to try to cut those runners down. It just overall really puts a lot of effort and intensity kind of into the game, and you're trying to replicate as much of a game situation as possible. So I love being aggressive on the base paths because that is the best way to me to kind of simulate what a real game is going to be like. Put some pressure on your defense, put some pressure on the base runners as well. Try to create some things and just see what happens. Like, there's plays to be made, and we'll see how this team responds. But aggressive on the base paths because I think this team is going to be that this year. But I also want to see in kind of pressure situations how this defense responds to it. And the stars be stars, right? As much as I'm excited to see the freshmen, I'm very excited to see the freshmen, let the stars be stars. Let Ella Parker look like the best player offensively. Look like Cassidy Pickering is ready to be an All-American this year. Look like Sid Sanders, like she did with the 2-run home run last game, square some balls up and hit them hard. Agbayani, same thing, Abby Dayton. Your stars look like stars on Wednesday night because you're going to have stars that are really going to carry you offensively, carry you defensively, carry you in the circle as well. I want the stars to look like the stars, especially this early on in the fall. The one thing I do want to see that's very similar to last Wednesday, effort. Thought the effort was fantastic. The energy level is there. That is a staple of Oklahoma softball. Should be a nice weather night on Wednesday night, so no excuses to have to play in the cold. That could come later on in the fall cycle. But the effort level was high. The intensity level, I thought, was high. The excitement level, I thought, was very high as well. You know there's going to be fans in the stands. You know there's going to be people excited to see this team. So the effort level be like it was last Wednesday night because I thought, at least for me, I thought it was there for a very, very high level. I'm excited to see this team. I know you are as well. Be doing a quick show on Wednesday night, a live show to cover everything on Thursday. Like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you love OU softball, if you love SEC softball as well. Enjoy the game on Wednesday night, 6:30 SEC Network Plus, and we'll catch you after the game.